but the words get in the way. I always listened. My particular taste in music in high school, well, I guess was just rock and roll, but young rock and roll at the time, Bryan Adams, Corey Hart, those kinds of things. As I got older, I started listening to, Supertramp with the Logical Song and America and Sting and all of the profound, deep, poetic lyrics that you sort of had to delve into and think about. And I did it on my own for fun. Gradually, in my 20s, I preferred, songs like Words Get in the Way. So at home, I listened to our local radio station, which was CFLW in Walbush and CFCB in Corner Brook, because we eventually lost most of our radio programming out of Labrador, which was a mix, a pretty good mix, but it was more pop and rock than anything else. And I find pop, being a woman, lady type woman, I find always found pop to be more relaxing. But it's just, I think sometimes you reach a point in your life, especially if you feel bound to songs with the message under God. And what they say, the girl who makes everything clean. Every song you listen to, you feel like you have to take it to God via Jesus, with Jesus, and discuss it and make sure it's understood, and gets projected with a clean message to keep the world clean, because every sound wave that reaches the ears and the reality and the conscience of the people on earth affects them. So I couldn't do it anymore. I have a child, I'm raising my child, I'm fighting, perhaps Nazis, who don't mind being pedophiles, because, where Mata Hari years ago was, seducing the men to get what she wanted for whatever country she was with. Perhaps they've gotten to the point where, we've already lost the men and people have just sort of hardened themselves up. I'll just keep going. I'm in a marriage, the whole Italian mob wife. If he has a woman on the side, he married me to stay with me forever, and I'm raising our children safely and securely. And, as long as there's something on the table, roof over our heads, which, humanity would to encourage people to be sensible enough to keep, I'll just keep going. So the men are a lost cause. So what are they going to hit next? We don't think that they would hit our children, but when you start getting around the kind of people who do that, and you can pick up on their sound waves as well as have to have their sound waves at you, you realize they will too do it. Now, that wasn't where I was going. I was really only going, but it's like a disease. It's like living next to, when Princess Peach, was it, or Zelda got lost in the mold cave. The cave of the mind. I mean, we're here representing it very likely, but I don't believe that we had to go all the way up to the bat caves to scare my child to, make a point that was what it was. I'm pretty sure it's a theoretical cave of the moldy mind. And we're smack dab, but this is our home. And so the radio station, I would probably ordinarily listen to a pop station, but it's just too much. There's so many new pop stars, so much new pop information, and I've got my own battles here that, the step back while you fight the silent battles in your mind kind of thing. Nobody ever thought that was mental, or that the songs wouldn't have done so well back when we were all, when the run on Canada's mentality and emotionality was a higher level. But I listen now. Chris listens to, he's a big Alice Cooper fan. And his, gift to our daughter was to encourage her to listen to heavy metal. Or what I call heavy metal, hard rock, I guess. And so we do 106 point whatever. I find them vulgar. And I've voiced my concern many times. And we're more inclined now, I guess, to use the shuffle on